Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you a few tips and techniques which hopefully will be able to improve your aim. I use a lot of these techniques to warm up before scrims, clan matches, and even starting to play public. You notice I'm actually taking my time on a lot of these public clips, and the reason is I got a new mouse a couple weeks ago, so I'm basically rerunning through a lot of these techniques to try and help myself as well. My tips basically revolve around repetition and understanding what sensitivity works for you. So this basically will help to build muscle memory, so you'll be able to snap to targets and also counter recoil easily. This basically means that you're able to take down more skilled opponents quite a lot easier. Something I also strive towards is to actually not miss my first 3 bullets on a target. So this means that I'll have no spread pretty much. There's bugger all spread in most weapons on Battlefield 4 up to about 10 bullets. Most people will just hold the trigger down at targets, and if let's say another person walks in their crosshair, even after they killed someone else, they'll just continue firing. I would definitely not recommend this because spread gets pretty insane and it becomes pretty inconsistent. I would recommend taking microbursts. You may have heard of it. So I'd fire up to about 10, 11 bullets at the most, and then continue firing. So you'd shoot, stop, shoot, like really, really quickly. And this should pretty much reset your spread, and I reckon it will help you out. So I'm going to go through a few of my tips now, and show you a few things that I use to actually warm up, and it should improve your aim. So this has been quite a good way to grasp whether your sensitivity was working for you. Now you at least have 2 types of sensitivities. One is your non-ADS sensitivity, and one is your aim down sight sensitivity. So I would recommend only using one sight and one sight only on all your weapons, because that's only 2 sensitivities rather than, let's say, if you sniped with a sniper scope, that's adding another sensitivity to learn. I'm not saying that's wrong to do, but I prefer, if you've ever heard of the saying KISS or keep it simple stupid, I reckon that applies quite well to this. If you're having trouble tracking targets, this can be quite a good method to actually see if you are. If it's a bit shaky, you might want to back sensitivity down. I definitely not recommend doing it in one hit. I'd do it a couple centimeters every couple of days, or even if that doesn't work for you, just give yourself some time to adjust to it, and then maybe try and back it down some more. So this is a good way to actually see if your sensitivity works for you. You want to always be able to do a 180 spin, so for example, if you're getting shot in the back, you can turn around and start shooting at them. You don't need to do big 360s off buildings unless you're an elite sniper. This is recoil control. I don't really want to run over it too much. Most people have went into this in some detail. You shoot at a wall, you see what way it recoils, and you counter that. Pretty simple. I'd not recommend shooting like this very often and loading the whole clip, unless they're up close, is the only really time. This spread becomes pretty insane and inconsistent after about 10 bullets. This is called microbursting, which is a lot more effective. You might put the first 8-9 bullets into a target, then switch to the next target, and just continue. It's obviously an ideal situation if your target is actually standing still. This does not happen very often. They usually make it very difficult for you to kill them. So this is a technique that I like to use. So let's say you're shooting at someone in the middle of your screen. Someone comes from your bottom left, your top right, whatever. And you just basically have to flick to that target and also recoil control at the same time. It's not that easy to do this, but this definitely can help you out in that situation. So I've lined up a couple of clips. First clip is without perfect reticle control. It's shaking around a bit, definitely missing a couple of bullets. The second clip basically is with the reticle on the target most of the time, so they die a lot quicker. On this situation, I only missed about 1 bullet, so it's obviously a 5 bullet kill from that range, and one of those bullets missed, which is pretty good. So I back it off a fair distance. That's quite a long distance to be shooting at, especially with an AEK, but he died still relatively quickly. But in the first clip my aim actually dropped to the right, and the second clip it stayed on target most of the time. So if this target is actually in cover, you can actually hold the trigger down, and if I actually didn't kill him there, I would have went into a microburst. But if they're in a situation like this, when you can see the top of the head, microbursting isn't actually that effective, so tap firing in this circumstance is actually a lot easier, and it's more effective. 3 shots and they're actually dead. The reason I prefer to tap fire from that range is because I feel it's more consistent than burst firing. Burst firing on a very, very small target actually has quite a bit of spread, especially from a distance. So I always aim for consistency, so you know always the time to kill. So you can either switch to a new target or you can back off from that target because you know they're not dead. A lot of people reckon that having good aim doesn't actually make you a good player and it doesn't actually add too much to you, but I honestly reckon it does. For example, if someone had an advantage on you, they're holding an area, it can get you out of sticky situations and give you back the advantage by having better aim than them. So a lot of these techniques are also preference, so some things won't work for you, others will. So please let me know below what actually worked for you. If you disagree with anything or you want to elaborate, also just leave that below. So thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time.